Hey guys, welcome out to the shop today. Working on the flathead a little bit more. It's already been kind of a busy day. Worked yesterday and then had to get up and go replace the battery in our minivan because that was starting to die. I noticed that it was getting hard to crank yesterday, and then the wife took it today and it was really hard. She almost didn't get it started, but she got it started, got it home, and we were able to get that all fixed up. So one of the things that we needed to be working on was getting the fuel pump rebuilt. We also got to get the carburetor rebuilt, but as you can see, I took the mechanical fuel pump off. I'll show you guys a picture real quick of how nasty it was. And this is where we're at right now. We got the top of the fuel pump right here. This is the little glass bowl, and that thing came extremely clean. It was very, very dirty. I can still smell how the nastiness of it was in here. I mean, it was really bad. And we got a couple parts sitting over here in the parts washer right now. And the nice thing I like about this ultrasonic cleaner is that I can put stuff in here with like rubber gaskets and stuff, and it's not going to ruin it. So we're going to go ahead and set this for 480 seconds. We're going to put the top on and let this kind of do its work. With this, we do have the heat on, and we're going to let this do its stuff for right now. Alright, so everything's been in here, gotten washed. Woo, that is hot. I need a set of wrenches or something. That thing is really, really hot. So that came exceptionally clean. What's really funny is that you guys can see, maybe, the difference in where I had it sitting in the parts cleaner and where I didn't. You guys can see the varnish still on there, so we're gonna end up having to flip this around. But that ultrasonic cleaner, man, it can eat through some stuff because it's just, I don't know if this was gasket, like a gasket sealant or something, but it's really made it all gummy and really ate it all up, and very easy to scrape off. So we got these two parts cleaned all up, and they look really good. I used a little sanding pad on the very bottom of this, and we've got some new gaskets set. We're going to be getting installed on these as well, and they'll be mated up just like so, and then it'll fit like this, and the push rod in the engine comes right here, and it goes bloop. It just moves like that, and that's how we get the pumping action and drawing the fuel up into the system. So we gotta get all this put back together, get some gaskets on there, and we should be good to go. So we got this gasket right here that we're gonna be putting on, and we're gonna be just assembling this like that. And then we got these two bolts. I went ahead and threw these on the wire wheel, and we're gonna go ahead and get these just started in there. These are, I got a bunch of little ones that'll go in the top as well. I don't have a new gasket for that. We're just using this rubber seal still, and it should be fine. So we got that right there. We've got about a minute left on the top piece, and then we should be able to put everything together and get this mounted back up onto the engine. We got this fuel line cleaned up, but we're waiting on the ultrasonic cleaner to get some more parts done. It was pretty rusty, but it turned out really nice now, and it's the original shape, so that makes it easier to reuse, and it is also clear, so there's no debris inside the hose or the line at all. which is also very nice. So we got 4 seconds left. We're going to be able to pop this baby out, get the parts cleaned up, and get this put back together. So we're finishing up getting the top of the diaphragm area tightened up. That's what it pretty much is looking like right now. It's looking pretty good. It's nice and clean at least. And then we've got the fuel bowl. Oh, we got to put this part on first. I would think anyway. Maybe not, because it swings up and over. But we got our fuel bowl right here. We got to put that on right there like that. And then this comes underneath, and you just screw this up, and it tightens it all up and gets it all into place, just like so. So I just hit the little nuts up on the wire wheel just to clean them up. We'll go ahead and install all these. Well, there's only 2 of them. And then we also have the fuel line that we can go ahead and reconnect. And hopefully I have this in the correct spot, which it looks like I do. And the carburetor hasn't been rebuilt or anything yet, so we still got to work on that. I'm just connecting up the fuel line just so I can keep the parts and pieces where they belong. So that's good and tight. And the carb one is nice and tight as well. And we also have the original fuel line that came on here, and that's right here, and that would connect right in this, and I need to figure out something to do with that. Alright guys, well, that's it. That's all I got for today. And I think tomorrow, I'm going to go ahead and start working on the fan belt and the other pulley. You can see I found the bolt for the mechanical fan, and the pulley needs to get all the rust taken off of that as well. The fan is laying down here, and it's pretty rusty, but I mean, I don't want to replace it because I mean it still spins just fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It just needs to be cleaned up. So I'll probably take it and set it in the parts washer for a little bit and get all the gunk and grime soaking. I can take this off, and I got the generator bracket right here that we also need to go ahead and throw in the sandblaster and get that cleaned up. But that's all I'm going to do for today. We'll pick it up tomorrow. Alright guys, we're on another day out here in the shop. We got the fuel pump fixed up the other day, and it's been a couple days since we've been out here. Humidity is crazy right now. My camera keeps on fogging up on me. But today we're going to be trying to go outside and break apart the transmission from the engine of the other flathead. I got my torch all set up, and over there it's been a crazy pain in the butt trying to get this apart. Sorry for the lighting, guys. We'll go this way. And I just can't figure out how to get these two separated. I think the input shaft into the engine is actually rusted to the engine, and so I'm going to try to use some heat. It's been getting PB blast sprayed on it for a couple, I don't know, 2 months now. Every once in a while I'll go out there at least once a week and spray it down, and it's still not breaking loose. So we're going to try to get it broken apart today with some heat and maybe a little bit of persuasion. So what I need to do is throw some heat down in here. You guys can see that shaft down in there, or at least I can. Let's see if I can get you guys a little bit closer. Alright, so you guys can see that shaft down in there, and we need to bring that part backwards and get some heat on there and try to heat up that shaft so that we can go ahead and get the transmission and the engine separated. It is on the Model A frame right now, but I have a jack underneath it so if it breaks loose, neither part is going to be flying anywhere. So hopefully this works out as planned. Yeah, it's supposed to be recording.
Why is it so moty?
Because I'm heating up all this metal.
I like being a cameraman. I feel like I can't see the fire. I can see the light of the fire. I just can't see the fire. It's so pretty. It makes me sad.
Alright guys, well, I got the input shaft super duper hot. You guys can see there's still a little bit of a fire in there, and it's still not coming off. Not sure why this is not coming off. When you have an engine transmission, you're just supposed to be able to slide them apart. And I mean, obviously, I know that this is old as crap, but not sure why these aren't breaking free right now. I have nothing underneath the transmission holding it, and it's able to move back and forth. It's just not wanting to come out of that engine. Really wanted this transmission too, but not sure if that's going to happen or not, and this may still just have to go to somebody else as a package deal. Alright guys, I know it's kind of dark. We're on another day here and it's pretty late. I've been looking around for engine hoist for quite some time now so I could get this one flathead out of here, and we're going to be working on trying to get this thing removed out of here tonight, and then hopefully maybe get the frame spray painted black tomorrow, and then put in the actual flathead that we're going to be using. Remember, this transmission back here is no good. It's pretty much just stuck right to the engine, so that transmission's pretty much no good. It's stuck right to the engine. Try to use a torch on it and stuff, and it is just stuck. So I can still see out here with the minimal sunlight that's out here, and I'm going to work on trying to get this out, and I'll probably bring you guys back in the morning and see where we're at. Maybe get the other one in here. Definitely need to get this off and put on a pallet and out of my way. So instead of installing the engine, we're on the next day, and I went ahead and rattle canned the frame black. This would be the perfect time for it and to get this all done. So I went ahead and did it. It's a gloss black enamel with the ceramic stuff in there, and we're gonna go ahead and just get this spray painted and throw some rattle can to it. It used to be that primer. You guys remember seeing that? Well, it's not primer anymore. And I also got the engine off over here, and that was quite a chore. And this is what I'm talking about with the transmission not coming apart. I don't know what the deal is, but I'm tired of dealing with it. So I got it over here on a pallet just in case I decide to work on it over here. It's a little bit more stable. and if this pops off, it won't fall as far. So just waiting on that. Gonna squirt some more lube in there, some penetrating our oil in there, just maybe to see, let it sit, you know, just wishful thinking. But I'm gonna get this all covered up. And then over here on the frame, we gotta get the wishbones back on, back into place. So yeah, this is where we're at right now. Alright, so you're gonna stay on the outside. Go ahead and grab one bolt. Here, go over here, grab that whole entire thing. We'll put that over here. And there's gonna be 4 each that are gonna go in each thing. Alright, so we're gonna, it's hot. No, not really. Alright, go ahead and lift that up. We're gonna rotate this around. Whoop. Alright, here's this. Alright, put it in that top hole right there. Alright, push it. No, other way. There you go. Alright, I'm gonna get all these parts put on there. Hold on just a second, bud. Alright, so this morning I had to go ahead and drill out this hole right here so that the front springs could actually recess up into the front cross member. I thought something was wrong, like the spring was just a little bit too wide or something for this, but it turns out that it's perfect. Just the hole had to be drilled in here for that little bolt head. So now we gotta go ahead and put the U-bolts so that this all gets clamped together. So we're getting this all tightened up, and one of the things that they say that you have to do is put anti-seize on here, or else it'll ruin the threads on this. So just make sure that you do it. Hey, you want to tighten these up?
No, I want to put my thumb up in front of the camera and the people watching to like.
Oh.
Everyone better like, or else I'll be sad.
I'm just tightening this up right now. Alright guys, so we got the front U-bolts tightened up. That's all in place. The frame is completely painted. The next thing that I want to do is come and get some of these shackles for it, because they're obviously wore out. I mean, they're over almost 100 years old. Probably never been replaced. So those are wore out, and I also want to go ahead and get a steering box for this. Probably try to get like a F1 or even a Model A frame or Model A steering box, and then we can just modify it. But that's where we are at right now with the car. I'm gonna let the paint dry for a little while longer, and then go ahead and try to put the other engine in here. And speaking of engines, there it is, just waiting to be installed into the car. Yeah, so this will be the next step as well. It's hot out here, like usual, in the middle of summertime. Just working out in the dead sunlight is not good. I hate it. But yeah, we're getting stuff done on the car. Excited about it. Thanks guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up. And if you guys are new, of course, hit the subscribe button. Leave comments down below. We'll see you guys on the next one.